welcome to another episode of
Keep Me Posted.
I am Reverend T.
And I'm Franca Choice.
And we're here to talk about all things parenthood. So last episode we were talking about from zero, pregnancy right up to giving birth.
Yeah.
And I think from that episode, I was just thinking to myself that there's certain things that I wish my mom had told me that would have made maybe my expectations or my journey or something a little bit easier.
Better.
And I also thought to myself, what would I advise myself, my younger self? So now with the experience that I've had, with the encounters I've had, you know, looking back, what sort of advice would I give myself? And then last, what advice would we give our children?
Kids?
Because we have to be better, right?
Yeah, so we don't repeat the mistakes our parents made, we made, you know, so we need to set the record straight. So yes, if you have not watched the first episode, go watch it first before you come to this one. Then give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share it, and let's also hear your experience. Did you get to get any advice from your mom, your dad? Did they raise you up in a kind of family setting that, you know, breeded love? Well, for me, I told you from the first episode, I came from a polygamous home, and the kids were raised by my father, and I didn't get any advice or anything at all from my parents. In fact, when we were getting married, they shipped us away. They're like, all right, bye-bye. In 9 months' time, we will come visiting. You know how they wish you well and say, okay, 9 months' time. So this was what now bettered my own ministry, my personal ministry. And in case you see my face and you're like, I know this lady. Yes, it is me. It is I. My ministry is Bedmatics 101, teaching Christian couples how to enjoy intimacy the God way. So that was what bettered it. The fact that we're not told all these things. We're not taught all these things. You're taught to close your legs from the beginning. And then eventually you get married and they say, bye, see you in 9 months' time. Well, how do I get there? 9 months time, baby? Where is it going to come from? Well, you didn't teach me this thing. So, well, yeah, but that's for another. If you want to know more, you can go on my page, Bedmatics 101, to learn more. So, yeah, Rev, you can tell us.
Yeah, so for me, it was, I think, so now I have a very open, honest relationship with my mom. And now, you know, I don't think there's anything I can hold back in talking to. But I just wished at the time that we could have talked a little bit more. And I mean, to be fair and to be honest, they probably were doing the best they could.
They knew
with what they had.
Yeah.
So I'm not really tough. I'm not annoyed or angry with my mom that, you know, but because my mom is my safe space, that is where I would have much rather had the conversation I would like to. But there was one woman, and this woman is not in my life anymore. Actually, the first woman, not in my life anymore, but in my life then. She wrote me an email, a very long email. Her husband was like our pastor then. And she basically, in her email, shared with me that, you know, a lot of things that you probably take for granted. Like, you know, you think, oh, they're just a baby, I'm going to have plenty of time. You know, you don't have.
No.
So she taught me things like, don't stress about keeping the house clean. Be more concerned about making sure that you've gotten plenty of rest. She taught me about, you know, don't stress about not having structured time to read your Bible, to pray, she's like, when you're bathing your baby, use that as a prayer time. When
multitask.
She just used different little skills. And one thing she included on there was, don't stress if you drop the baby. They bounce. They'll be absolutely fine. And, you know, she then shared her own experience, which I hope she doesn't mind. Shout out to Pastor T. You helped me survive as a new mom. She shared about how she was, you know, rocking her baby to sleep.
Yeah.
And she had the baby on her shoulder. And the baby fell.
And bounced. The baby bounced.
She lived in America at the time, so she had to rush, take the baby to the pediatricians and told her, no, the baby is absolutely fine. And I can attest to the baby being absolutely fine. She's now, you know, a young lady.
Yeah.
So that she got married this year.
Oh,
so, you know,
We have all had babies that bounce from our hands or from the crib or from the chair before.
And then there was another lady, Doreen. Shout out to you. She now lives in Canada. Doreen, we were pregnant at the same time. She had her babies in January. She had twin babies, and I had mine in April. And Doreen just took it upon herself to weekly just phone me and say to me, ask me anything. Ask me anything. That was her statement. She would call, so how have you been doing? Now ask me anything. And what she didn't know, she would say, we'll find out together. Let me go and find out.
Isn't it beautiful to have support systems around you?
Really helped. And especially for me, who was a pastor's wife, pastoring a young church, you're expected to know everything.
Everything.
And I had no clue. I was making it up as I was going along.
Learning on the job, you know.
Learning on the job. How about you?
Well, for me,
So wait, before you get into the details of the video you're about to watch, we're welcoming you to Keep Me Posted. Keep Me Posted is just an opportunity that we have to talk about parenting. Yeah. From a traditional point of view, but whilst raising modern children. So we found ourselves in this place where we were raised in Africa, but we're in this modern world and we're raising our children abroad in the Western world. So we're just navigating through that parenting and we're discussing some of the challenges we face and some of the things we're going through and asking you how you're managing it. Yeah. So keep us posted. So do well to like, subscribe, comment, and also share this video to someone who would need it. Okay, so now let's get back right into the video.
Well, like I said, I had my mother-in-law, and then she was very much with us as much as because we were living in the same. First, we lived with my husband's parents for the first 1 year, and that was the period I had my baby. So before we moved into our own house, and so we're the same vicinity. So she was always there, and struggling with my in-laws, I wasn't informed, you know, because then there was a period when I had my second baby. The gap wasn't so much because just 1 year gap. Struggling with handling. I remember my in-laws, all of them came. My sister-in-laws, I had 4 sister-in-laws. They came with their children. Whew. And I liked my space. You know, I did not know in marriage, you are married to the family. That's what they call it now. You are married to not just the husband, but to the family. My sisters, they were all over the place. I would just go with my baby, and you know, so they saw that offensive. Like, how would you? We came here to celebrate with you, and you're carrying the baby, because I had a baby boy, the second birth. First was a girl, second was a boy. So that period, they came for the dedication and all that. I just want to breastfeed my baby and stay. You guys, the noise, everything.
Do you know? And this is it's like it is like a fine line, right?
Yeah.
Because you're so tired.
Yeah.
So normally I will give you a little bit of distance, but that's a me thing, because I also remember having church people coming to see our pastor now has a baby. Let's go and see him, especially after 3 years of waiting. Let's go and see. And you're thinking, I'm so tired. I could really do without visitors. So I get what you're saying. And then the people who have come to see you, as if they've never had children themselves, are forgetting what it was like
when they had kids. Yeah. So the struggle was real. My parents did not teach me how to face in-laws, you know, when I eventually get married, so I had to learn on the job. So these are the issues, you know. You can share with us your experiences. What were you not taught? What were you not taught, and what were you taught? Write it in the comment. Let's just share with you your own experience. I learned on the job, and eventually I apologized because there was a period they thought I was doing it intentionally, just keeping to myself, and you know, that was offensive. I had to say, I'm sorry, it wasn't like that. You so see. We are now friends. So oh my God, we are now so close. My sister-in-laws, all of them, my mother-in-law, they're amazing people actually. It was just me and my way of doing things from where I'm coming from, and all those had an effect on me. But eventually we became closer, and I had to open up, and I just had to let people into my space. You get it? Like I love the fact that she had support system, so I had to let people into my space. So I started teaching my kids all of these things, you know, how to accommodate in-laws when the time comes. I started teaching my kids all these things, or sex education too, because I was never taught all these things. I started teaching them that. I started teaching them how they should be nice, not just to the family they are married to, but to the extended family. How they should also set boundaries where boundaries need to be set, and and then also finances. I started teaching them all this. I'm learning from my mentor, and it's rubbing into
So
how I raise my kids.
There's one which I want us to talk about in another episode.
Yes.
So you mentioned that you started teaching your children sex education.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, Fran's children are 17, 16, 12,
yes.
and 2.
2.
So I am just wondering that maths for me is not quite mathsy. So stay tuned and we will talk about teaching your children.
Age appropriate. There are different ways we.
And I think it will be important for us to even start figuring out that what does sex education look like for a 12-year-old?
Yes.
What does sex education look like for a 16-year-old and then a 17-year-old?
Yeah.
But so now for me, in terms of teaching my daughters, I'm glad that my daughters were a bit older when I was pregnant with Zachary.
Okay.
So they actually got to walk the journey with me. So they saw me going through all the different stages of the pregnancy, and then they've seen me going through the stages of motherhood.
Lovely.
So I explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it.
On the go. I like that.
So we actually talk about things, and I allow them to ask me questions as well. One thing my mom didn't tell me, which I wish she had told me, which I thought was straightforward, was breastfeeding. I heard like mad. I thought it was a natural thing. You just
people even bleed
in the baby's mouth, and I did.
You bled.
I did.
I was sore. I didn't bleed.
Boobies broke, like underneath. They actually cracked, and it was a toe curling experience. But I stuck at it because my mom was there, and I was too afraid to say I'm giving up. But maybe had she not been there,
you would have given up.
With number 2, I stuck at it because I knew I'd done it with number 1, and also it didn't really hurt as much with number 2.
Okay.
With my son.
Whew.
You'd think it, the butch
with the baby. No,
and we had
women are
thrush from day 1.
Oh,
I had thrush with number 2, so she stopped breastfeeding at 7 months. She stopped herself, and then with my son, we had thrush. I had mastitis, back and forth, just passing back and forth to each other, and it hurt like mad until my GP said, "Thoko, you have tried. You've really tried. Your son is now 8 months old, and you've given him as much as he can. So if it's permission you're seeking for,
you can rest now.
You can stop." So,
oh, bless you. Women are really strong. So what would you advise your younger self before we wrap up?
I would say, relax, take it easy, find help, talk to someone, go and find other mothers that you relate with that have, the type of parenting styles that you aspire to. Go and speak with them, ask questions, find a safe space that you can ask questions without being judged. I can be a safe space.
Yeah.
And I do not judge.
True.
And don't sweat the small stuff. And don't worry. Do not worry at all. It is going to be fine.
That's true.
It's going to be absolutely fine.
I would say to my younger self, be more open. The same word, relax. Be more open and let people into your space to help. I had manned things, become a man too easy. As in, like I said, I managed the store. I was managing big grown-up people. I would tell them, "You're not making this hair properly. Come on, get this done, get this done." I started doing that at the youngest, 16. That was when I started going to the store to manage the salon and everything for years. So I had taken care of things too much. In marriage, I had to unlearn certain things and just step down for my husband. Okay, baby boy, take over. But we had that problem early years of marriage where he was like, "I can do these things. Don't do it. The bulb will burn. I will carry ladder. Let me change this bulb quickly. Or the generator, I want to start the generator. My car will break down. I'm looking at what happened to this car. Come on, baby girl. Be a baby girl where necessary. And just, relax. Let people who want to help come into your life and help. Tell us about yours in the comment section. And we hope you got value today.
Thank you for joining us for this episode. It was so lovely to have you join us once again. Please Share your stories, share your experiences with us. We want to get to know you.
Yeah.
We want to get to know what you're navigating through.
Yeah.
And join us again next time and keep us posted on what you're going through.
That's right.
God bless.
Bye-bye.